Hey guys, so today I'm here to film an exciting video for you, which I'm sure you can tell from the title. But first I want to start off by mentioning Darla, my other cat. If you have been watching my video for a long time, you probably saw her in the background. She was running around when I filmed my bedroom, and she made some cameos when I was in this room. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned, but she was 23 years old. She was born in my closet when I was 6, and she was with me ever since. She is the cat that we were convinced for a while might be immortal. She got sick a lot, but always bounced back, and always just like literally I was convinced she would never die. And then in March of this year, she started getting really clingy, and I knew that something was up. I took her to the vet, but like everything was normal. I mean, she had kidney disease for 10 years. She had bad liver numbers. She had bad every number. So like it wasn't like she was okay. It was just like nothing had changed drastically. But at the same time, like 23 years old in cat years is 108 years old. So like think about an 108-year-old person and all the things they have wrong with them. And like as a cat, you can't tell your human what's wrong with you. And so it's hard to deal with it. And also like she refused to take any kidney medicine we ever tried to give her. And I just thought, you know, she's 23, she's lived a good life. I'm not gonna try to force medicine down her throat or whatever right now, because that's just not the way I want her last years to go. She might as well eat french fries. She loves french fries. Eat french fries and live her life and do whatever. So I let her live her life. And then in March, she got really clingy. I Googled it. A lot of people were like, sometimes that is like a sign that they're gonna die. And I was like, great. And me and my husband went on that trip for 10 days in April. And I was like, listen, Darla, whatever you do, do not die while I'm away. My mom took care of her. She fed her, she pet her, she like babysat her, cleaned her litter, etc. So we came back, and Darla was doing okay the first few days, but then she started like peeing everywhere, and I honestly think she was just holding on till we got back, because she kind of quickly went downwards. She couldn't really make it to the bathroom anymore. She was just old, and I think she was in pain. So after about 5 days of being back, we took her to the vet and we put her down. I had a meltdown, obviously. I cried for like 4 days. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now talking about it. I thought I was gonna be okay to talk about this on my channel without sobbing. But it was hard and sad, and I knew it was coming, which I feel like makes me able to rationalize it. I'm a very logical person, so for me, I feel like I was able to be like, okay, like this is what's happening. When we took her to the vet, they were like, you know, we can give her fluids and send her home for a night and whatever. And I was like, if you give her fluids for one night, I'm still gonna have to, I was like, yeah, but this is the end, right? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, I'm not gonna give her fluids and send her home just so she could just, like, that's for me, not for her. She was in pain. So it was really easy. They just put a little IV in their paw, or like their little arm, and then they give them the injection and they are gone pretty much right away. I held her only because she's the kind of cat that refuses to lay down, like unless it's on her own terms. So she was sitting and I didn't want her to like fall over. So I held her and she was gone almost instantly. And then we cried for 4 days and we tried to live without her, and it was really sad. But it's been about 3 months now, and when I got my new job, my husband and I's rule was if I got a new job, I could get a cat. And I somehow convinced him that we needed 2 cats because he wanted his own cat. And I just think personally having 2 cats is better. Like when I had Darla, her mom, I had Pepper first, which was her mom, and then her mom gave birth to Kittens. We kept Darla, we gave the other kittens away to friends, and then we had Darla and Pepper for most of their lives. Pepper died about 10 years before Darla, which is why we were pretty convinced Darla was immortal. But it happened, so we always had 2 cats, and it was good because then they have company in each other, and it's not as much like you don't feel so bad like not spending all your time with them. And I always wanted to get another cat, but I never wanted to get it when Darla was still alive, because I just didn't want her to feel like she wasn't my #1 priority. Like I didn't want her to feel replaced before she was gone. So I always like said I would never get another cat until she was gone. But now it's been about 3 months, and so I started looking on Kijiji for kittens. If you're in the States, Kijiji is like Craigslist, but like not as shady, less murder, I guess. So I started looking for kittens, and like as you guys know, Kijiji is a hot mess. Like everyone on Kijiji never replies to messages. Like I messaged one guy about kittens and he was like, yeah, they're available, come get them. $70, here's my address. And I was like, well, I sent like everyone that I messaged about kittens, I sent like a long, not a long message, but like a message that was like, I've had a cat for 23 years, she passed away a couple months ago. You know, like just to let them know that I'm a cat person, because I feel like cat people want to know that the person that's getting this kitten, or at least if I was a cat person and my cat had kittens, I'd want to know the person I'm giving this kitten to has like experience with cats, like loves cats. Like I'm not just gonna give them to some random person and like hope for the best. Like there's little cats, I want them to have a good life. They're like children. So I gave them a message that was like, this is what I have. I was like, I'm looking for 2 females because I've always just had girl cats and I didn't want to have a girl and a boy cat. I don't know. Boys just feel gross to me. Sorry, boys. So I wanted 2 girl cats, so I met all messages and this guy was just like, yeah, there's cats. Come get them. And like he lived in like 4 cities over, which like I would happily travel to if you told me what you had. And then I was like, well, do you have girls yet? And he was just, how many girls do you have? Like send me the pictures of the girls. Because like also, I was looking for cats that I personally thought was cute. Like everyone has different things they like. Like I don't want a long hair cat. I personally don't really like white cats. Like no offense to anyone that has white cats. I'm sure your cat's cute. But like, you know, you just want a cat that like you look at it and you're like, oh my God, it's so cute. So I wanted to see pictures first because like I'm a shallow ass bitch. Sorry. And this guy was just like, I don't know, I haven't looked yet. And I was like, bro, get the fuck out of my DMs right now. So I messaged a bunch of people. A ton of people didn't get back to me, or some did, or some were charging like crazy prices for kittens. Like if the kitten is not that, I understand why you charge for kittens because you want to make sure that the person you're giving them to is committed enough to pay for them, and like paying for them shows commitment. And like also you've been taking care of them for like the first 8 weeks, so like you want that money reimbursed kind of. But like I'm not paying $300 for a kitten that I'm gonna have to go get vaccinated and get dewormed, etc, etc. So anyways, I found one person happened to message me back. He had 5 brand new kittens. And he was like, there's 4 girls and 1 boy. So these are the girls. He sent me pictures and I was like, oh my God, they're so cute. So I was like, oh, because I messaged people like on Kijiji without telling my husband I was messaging people on Kijiji. And then I was like, oh, so I messaged this guy on Kijiji and like he has kittens. And Sean was like, Kayla. Like I literally like the second I started my new job, I was like, so I found kittens. And he was like, can you take a minute? And I was like, but look at the kittens. And then he was like, oh fuck, that kitten's cute, I want it. So I hooked him in with the cute kittens. So we went to go see them a couple weeks ago, probably about 2 weeks ago, and they were adorable. And so we picked our 2 kittens. So we gave the guy like the guy was charging $100 a kitten, so we gave him $50 for each kitten, like as like a deposit on like the 2 kittens we wanted. Because again, I wanted 2 sisters, and there were 2 cats. Sean, when he saw the pictures, he was like, that's the kitten I want. And when he went there, he was like, that's my kitten, done. And I was like sitting in like the little kitten area with all the kittens, like, I don't know which one to pick. They're all so cute. There were 2 little gray ones I was choosing between. And one of them looked like more of a loner kitten, like she was playing by herself. And then the other kitten was playing with Sean's kitten. So I was like, okay, those kittens look like they've already bonded kind of together. They're friends. Like, I feel like they should be together. Whereas the other kitten looks like she would be a better kitten for like someone who's just adopting 1 kitten. I like psychoanalyze these kittens. Like, I mean, you're kind of kidnapping them from their lives and their family. So like, I feel like I should try to make it as easy as possible. So anyways, they were born on May 5th. So they just turned 8 weeks old. Actually, we got them on Wednesday. Today is Sunday. So they turned 8 weeks old yesterday. So we picked them up a couple days before they were 8 weeks old. You're not supposed to rehome kittens until they're 8 weeks old, just so you know. This is gonna be such a long video. I'm like rambling, but I can't help it. You're not supposed to rehome kittens until they're 8 weeks old. We got them just a couple days before. It was the Wednesday. And we took them home and we built them like a little, like, you're supposed to put them in a separate room when you first get them. But the only, like, my house is very open concept. The only rooms I have are my bedroom and this room. And this room, there's just so many wires and stuff in it because it's my makeup room and my office. So like it wouldn't work. So I built them like a little cardboard playpen in the living room, and they promptly broke out of that by the next morning. So I just let them roam free in the house, and I want you to meet my fucking kittens. They're sleeping on the floor right here, so I feel really bad, but I'm gonna wake them up. So I'm gonna talk about each kitten before I pick her up because they do not like being held. They've been with us for about 4 or 5 days. They're starting to warm up to us. Like they'll sit on our laps, they'll sit on us with the couch or on the couch with us. So like they like us now, but like they still are like, bitch, don't touch me. So the first kitten is Sean's kitten. Her name is Beatrix. He named her, I told him he was allowed to name his kitten, but I also told him that I needed all approval on his kitten names. Because, like, first of all, I wanted to name both cats, like, how dare you? But, like, fine, you can name your kitten, but, like, nothing lame. Like, and then after we looked at the kittens, he was like, I'm thinking about names like Chelsea and Chloe, and I was like, those are fucking terrible names. I'm sorry if your name is Chelsea or Chloe. But, like, no, I'm not naming my cat that. Like, personally, I like people names for cats, so I was like, we have to stick with people names. I'm not naming them like Buttons or Mittens, or like I named my other cat Pepper, so like no judgment, but like I just like when you look at a cat and you're like, this cat's name is Ethel. Like that's ridiculous and I love it. So I wanted a people name and he was giving me awful girly names that I hated. Then I was like, think about badass female characters you like and name after that. And his first thing that came to mind was, he was like, what about Kiddo? And I was like, okay, I know that's the bride from Kill Bill, but like, what's her first name? So I'm naming my cat Kiddo. And he was like, it's Beatrix. And I was like, that's a badass, super cute name. We call her Bea for short, or Little B. She's a little nugget and she's so cute. So Beatrix is the first cat. She is a little attention hog, and I'll get her. Hopefully because they were sleeping, they're a little more docile. So this is Beatrix. She has lots of white marks on her. She's white and tabby, basically. Her and her sister have the same markings on the back and on their little faces. She has like a little, if you open her mouth, she has like a black bottom lip, which makes me just think she's such a little goth ass bitch, and I love it. She doesn't like being held, as you can say. So yeah, this is Bea. She turned 8 weeks old yesterday, and she wants to escape my grasp, and she's such a little nugget. Beatrix. Show the camera how cute you are. Quit trying to be a little biatch. So this is Beatrix. She likes to play with a feather that has bells on it, and she likes a little to attack it and thinks she's a little killer, but she's not. Oh, you be. She also lets us rub her belly, which is potentially the cutest thing that's ever happened to me. My last cat would never let anyone rub her belly. Bea, can you just be a good cat? Look at that. So this is Beatrix. She's a little nugget. I'm gonna put her down now. So the other cat we got was my cat, and I had the hardest time naming her. Personally, I was like, I can't name this cat until she's physically in my life. Like, her personality matters to what I want to name her. And originally, I was looking at badass female characters, but like, when I think about badass female characters, number one that comes to mind is Christina Yang from Grey's Anatomy, but like, I didn't want to name my cat Christina. Like, it doesn't really have any good short, like, nicknames unless I call her Chris, but like, that's weird. I didn't love it. And then I was thinking of like Katniss Everdeen, but like, I can't name a cat Katniss, or like Beatrice from Divergent, but Sean already took Beatrix. And like, I was thinking about all these badass, like Ellen Ripley from Alien, but like, I don't want to use Ripley. It's not really like a cool enough name. I was Googling like vintage names because I like older names for like animals, like when a dog is named like Walter or something. I think that's hysterical. Like a name that you wouldn't hear today. So I had a list. I narrowed it actually down to 2 names. It was down to Tallulah and Eleanor, which their nicknames would be Lula and Ellie, or Elle. But I thought having Eleanor would be weird because Elle Driver is the like arch nemesis of Beatrix Kiddo in Kill Bill, and I didn't want to have Elle and Bea. That would be like too extra, and like too, like my husband would love that too much, and like no, he doesn't get to enjoy my cat name that much. So I ended up naming her Tallulah because I also like, I love the name Tallulah. It's such like a girly, cute name that like I would never use otherwise, but like it's super cute. I still am going back and forth between her nickname. I thought Lula sounded weird, so I was like, we'll call her Lulu, but like now I call her Lula all the time instead of Lulu, so I think her nickname's gonna end up being Lula instead of Lulu. But she's a cute little tabby cat, and let me get her. Now, Tallulah hates being held more than her sister does. Look at her, she's already squirming. Tallulah, why are you such a nugget? Let the people see you and your cute little leopard belly. Oh, you're stuck to me. She's a little monster. Oh, that meow! Okay, can you relax? Tallulah. Tallulah. Stop acting like I'm trying to murder you and your whole family. The people need to see your adorable face. Look at it. Look at the camera. And like, you need to see her little leopard belly. Look at it. She's so cute. Okay, she needs to go because she's gonna murder my soul. So Beatrix is a suck who wants everyone to love her. Like if we're petting Tallulah, she will come over and like lay next to her and like roll in her back and like show us her belly because she's a jealous little bitch. And Tallulah wants to be left on her own at all times. She's an independent woman. She don't need nobody. And she certainly doesn't want you to fucking hold her. So those are my kittens. They're super cute. I'll try to like insert some like footage I'll take of them around the house because like you could barely see them because they're little nightmares who are currently sitting on the floor right now. So yeah, those are my kittens. I have 2 kittens and they're so cute. I made them an Instagram because I'm that extra of a person. Their Instagram is Beatrix and Tallulah. I only have like 4 pictures up, but like I'm gonna be a crazy mom that Instagrams them every day because they're too cute not to be Instagrammed. And like they sleep together, they fight. If you get 2 sister cats, they fight to the death until one of them screams bloody murder. So that's the thing that happened. But they're super cute. They're adorable. Kittens are a lot of work and a lot of high energy stuff. I have to take them to the vet for the first time next week. You need to get them their first vaccinations at 8 weeks. So I'm gonna do that next week. I just didn't want to bring them home and then take them immediately to the vet. I kind of wanted them to like help get like accustomed to the house first before I like immediately was like, let's leave, bitches. So yeah, those are my kittens. They're fucking adorable and I'm super excited, and you should definitely follow them on Instagram because like no kitten is cuter. And like kittens are so cute. I was just so used to like having an old lady cat who was like super like chill and like did her own situation. She had her own vibes. These things are like high energy, running around my house at 7 o'clock in the morning, trying to end each other's life, jumping off of everything possible with no regard for their own lives or safety. But like right now they're laying on the floor licking each other. Like, stop. So yeah, I have 2 kittens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope the cat ladies out there I know will enjoy this video. I hope you think my kittens are cute, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.